Hello, dear viewer, wherever you are watching us from. I am grateful to have you, and as we join in to talk about the culture, and apart from that, to talk about the future ancestors. Today we are here living, but tomorrow we shall be ancestors. We shall have gone, but after we have left, we have exited from this world. What is that people will be saying about that? But before we talk about what will happen, because it will happen, I have a gentleman who is going to talk more about the future ancestors and also the culture. Why is it important to have culture, to embrace culture? Does it contradict the modern society? Does it contradict what we profess, especially as Catholic or as Christians? So welcome, Mr. Nyanja.
Thank you.
I have just only introduced Mr. Nyanja. Kindly introduce your full name and who are you? Maybe something that people don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Morning, viewers. I am Honorable Architect George Nyanja. I'm a Christian, and that's why sister has approached me with a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
But to give you some background about myself, I'm an architect by profession. I attended the University of Nairobi in 1971 and coming out in 1976 with a Master's of Architecture degree. And I have done well as an architect, especially during those early days, because immediately after my Master's graduation in 1976, I was grateful and lucky to get a big project like Nyanja National Stadium, which catapulted me very far, professionally and also financially. I have a family of 8 children. I'm married with 4 boys and 4 girls, and they are all Catholics. I'm happy to say that. I have been in this piece of land since 1983 when I bought the property, but I moved in 1984. So I have lived here this 25-acre piece of land for 41 years with my wife and children.
Wow. Thank you very much, Mr. Nyanja. That is beautiful introduction. And to understand you have contributed to the development of our country from that long back.
Yes.
And we are here even as your dress code. Maybe you can introduce us to your dress code, because I can see you are well dressed culturally. And what is culture for you?
That is a very good question, but it's also good to give my background.
Yes.
That when multi-party was very necessary in this country in 1992, I went to Parliament. I was elected by the Limuru people, and I was there for 10 years in the opposition, and we were fighting for multi-party and democracy in the country. And I was among those top leaders at the forefront, fighting very vigorously, like the current Gen Zs of today. And that happened, and we got multi-party, and here we are. I served the parliament for 2 terms, but I've resigned from politics. Now I'm here also in leadership of our culture, in the Kikuyu community. I'm the patron of Kiama cultural group, and in the whole of Kiambu County.
Wow, congratulations.
That's why I won this attire, and that's the leadership I had. I was approached by the leaders in the group, and the first question I asked them, don't you know that I left politics? I quit politics. And that's why you don't hear of me much in politics or giving political opinions or statements concerning the development, political developments in our country. So, but I am here in providing leadership in a very different role in in our Kikuyu community as the patron of Kiama Kiapu County.
Wow. Thank you very much, Mr. Nyanja. It's beautiful to hear. I think once you are a leader, is always a leader.
That's what
People
they say.
will find the reason
Yeah.
to give you that
Yeah,
chance
yes.
to be a leader.
Yeah.
And when you are leading, I am grateful to hear you are a leader in the past. You are a leader now, and maybe what would you tell the people maybe who will come or who are even in leadership?
Yes.
What is that you are fighting for, especially as in the opposition? Are you happy as a leader? Who fought? Because even Gen Z, they will be narrating stories like you are doing. Are you happy of what you fought for those years?
Yeah.
And what can you encourage this generation that is fighting today for reforms in our country?
That's a very good question, Sister
Yeah.
Esther.
Yeah.
My grandfather fought for independence of this country. I started with my grandfather, who was joined by his son, who happens to be my father. They were at the forefront fighting for the first liberation of this country during Mau Mau. And my father and my grandfather were detained. And my father, being a young man, was very vocal and could do a lot of activities for Mau Mau, for the liberation of our country. So it's the same thing that came to me when we are fighting for the second liberation of this country. I also found myself in the position of my father and my grandfather. What the current situation today, you have asked me whether I'm happy. I'm not happy because all the gains we got through that struggle, because of that struggle, they are being trodden upon currently. And that's why the Gen Zs today, they're in the streets remembering what happened exactly 1 year ago, last year, 25th of June. And when they try to give their position and their views to be heard, many young people were killed. We also got people killed during our time, and therefore this is not the first time. Even during my father's and my grandfather's time, people had to die. They say the tree of freedom is watered by blood. People must be so convinced to liberate their country. They are ready even to suffer even to the point of death. So the young Gen Zs, don't be discouraged. That's when you see those resistances and deaths and blood, that's when you are near to achieve your goal. Yes.
Thank you very much for that. I wanted to ask which ancestors shaped what you believe, and you have talked about your grandparent or your father.
My father.
Maybe you can insist on that.
Yes.
Why are they so important
Yes.
in shaping who you are today?
Yeah, first of all, I have their blood.
Yes.
And the courage I have,
Yeah.
because when I was, my involvement in the second liberation, it took a center stage. I was very focal. I feared nothing. I'm like those young men and women I'm saying, leading the Gen Zs.
Yeah.
I took a front line until I was given a title, General Kayaba, because I was very fearless, because I was fighting for a cause. I was fighting for our rights and good governance in our country. So it is in the same spirit. My parents fought for the first liberation. My father was detained for 7 years. For my grandfather, his 24 acres, the same size with my plot here, was taken by home guards because he was pro Mau Mau. So as you can see, because of me fighting the same cause, God has rewarded me with what my grandfather fought for. same acreage in a very posh area.
Yeah.
This is Karen,
Yeah.
and next to me lives the former Prime Minister, the former Attorney General,
Yeah.
and former ministers, Raphael Tuju. So I'm living in an area nobody could have thought. But God, I think it's God who has rewarded me because of what my parents fought for, and also my position in the second liberation. So I am inspired. My father was fearless. My grandfather, after whom I'm named, Nyanja was very fearless. And when he was given land by Mau Mau, he rejected. The colonial people, he rejected. He says, you cannot take my 24 acres and give me 12 acres. That's mockery. And I cannot. He refused 24 acres. The way that Archbishop Philip Anyoro refused 5 million. Okay?
Yes.
I can see the spirit of Nyanja Rimui in Philip Rimui, in Philip Anyoro,
Yes.
and in George Nyanja,
Okay.
his grandson.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you very much about that. And on the same tone,
Yes.
what system do you think, in your own opinion,
Yes.
you lived before, you are living today, you will be here with us?
Yes.
What are those systems that you feel they should change
Yes.
for the whatever we are agitating for to come through?
Yes.
Yeah, for example, like today, the young people,
Yeah.
they are agitating for reform, but what is that system that you feel it should change?
Yes.
Yeah.
First of all, this system, the current system, was similar to the one that was led by the late Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. He was very corrupt. He was killing people. He was detaining without trial. So that's why we asked and fought for change. So I find the current generation in a similar situation. The education has been finished, has been spoiled. The health systems, the economy, they cannot find work. Like when I finished school, there were jobs.
Free jobs.
I could get a young man of 36 years. I could get 25 acres. My son cannot. That is the challenge.
Yeah.
When you mirror back and see very hard-working children, but then they have nothing. They cannot afford even 1 acre in this place. Then I ask myself, why? Because the governance is very poor. It's against them all, not particularly my children, but their young generation. They finish school, they do very well, and then there's their parents. Dad, Mom, what has gone wrong? Because I have no job, I cannot get. But when they ask questions, they are killed, and that is their fundamental right. Yes. So the changes we want is good governance. We agree with the young people because they are the ones who are suffering. They are the ones who will be there when we are gone. And then when we say our future is our children. That's why we take a lot of time, a lot of resources to educate them for tomorrow. Because their tomorrow is our future. If their future is spoiled, it means we as parents have no tomorrow. Yes, we have our life, but we have no tomorrow. Why? Our children have been trodden upon, they have been killed, there are no jobs, there are no hospital work, no, they cannot go to school from primary up to university. But during my time, during the late Mzee Jomo Kenyatta's, we got education free up to university. Yes. If the late Mzee Jomo Kenyatta did not have a university education free, A-level, Form 5 and Form 6 education free, I for one would not have been where I have been. Because my parents were very poor, all the land they had was taken away. But you see, even poor as they were, I was able to get educated and get where I wanted to be. Yeah, where.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Now I want to shift
To culture.
Yeah, to culture. Now.
Yes, yes.
When we talk about, and if anybody sees you dressed like that,
Yes.
they may be tempted to think that maybe that is where is your religion. But I am glad to say that you are a good and staunch Catholic.
Yes.
Does culture interfere with your faith as a Christian?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, they blend each other. They embrace each other very well. Even as now, this morning, I went for 6:45 Mass at our church here in Regina Church.
Yeah.
And here, yesterday, we had a big cultural ceremony.
Yeah.
So there's no conflict.
Yeah.
Actually, our culture and our tradition, we don't fight with the church.
Yeah.
We even don't fight with the government of the day.
Yeah.
But we fight the ills, the poor governance, the tradition they have in leadership and in government. That's what we fight. The otherwise, as a group, as an organization, we don't fight the government of the day. We are not politicians, but we are against the ills being meted upon our children and our society and our country.
Okay.
Yes.
There are some groupings that I've had, they have some issues
Yes.
with the church, and maybe somebody might be, may not be able to distinguish between the group that you are in, Kiama, and the other groupings. Maybe you can tell the viewer, what is that difference between you, where you are, and you say you have no conflict with the church, neither do you have conflict with the government.
Yes.
What is that difference that is there with those other groupings that bring problems?
People group together for a cause.
Yeah.
Like these Gen Zs, they have grouped together to get, they say they are leaders, they are tribalists, they are not politicians, and so forth and so forth. But they have a cause. We in a Kiama, in that grouping, cultural group, it is to maintain our culture, to cultivate good relationship between one another, love one another, help one another, and those are also the teachings of Christ.
Yeah.
So we blend very well. However, there are others who come for other material motives or ideas. Material motives, like looking for money, all right? Yeah. And therefore they want to go even against what we preach. Like now, there is a group that says women should be circumcised. We say no, we don't advocate that. But they try to wear the same attire, so we look alike. People will not know the difference. But our practices will separate us from them. Yes.
Thank you very much. It's encouraging to know that.
Yes.
And maybe you can say a word because you are living culture today, your ancestors or our ancestors lived the culture. And does modernization has it affected the way you view culture? And maybe for the young generation, is it important to embrace the culture? And how do you want them to propagate in future this what you know?
That's another very good question.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a very broad subject.
Yeah.
They say in Kiswahili, mkosa mira
Ni
ni mtumwa.
No.
So without culture, without norms in your community that guide you, because we believe a child is born, that child grows to a certain age, he starts going to grace. If it's a young girl, they start moving with the mother or grandmother. There are stages, you see a sugar cane. A sugar cane has barriers. You can see it's from this stage to this, from this to stage, and each stage is very different. The last one is not sweet. The bottom one is sweet, and they go on that. They are said like that. So a young boy is born, and he's embracing the society, the family. Becomes a boy, he grows, he gets circumcised, he becomes a man, and then from there he grows to the next level. He becomes a family man, becomes a young man, raises his father's animals, and then from there he becomes a family man. From the family man, now he starts now rearing, very responsible, and now when his children also go through the stages, he's called a grandfather, as I am. I'm proud a grandfather of 5. All right, 5 children. And as late as 2 days ago, we are celebrating the first Holy Communion of my grandson, called Nyanja. So those graduations is you mold your children. If they are boys, men handle their growth. Girls are left to their mothers and grandmothers. So they will be good mothers and grandmothers. So even for us, we are looking at our posterity, our children when we shall not be there, our culture of the future. And what we cultivate today is what we shall have tomorrow. So we are molding this thing. When we had mowing, we could not meet. These cultural groups we could not meet. We could not practice. He is afraid when we meet 5. He had said not more than 5 people meet. Then he went up to 9. But for Kikuyus, 5 is more. That's the maximum. Why? He feels he's threatened. He feels threatened. When you meet, you share ideas. You say whatever you are going through. You say my children are not getting educated. My wife left me. Why? Economics and then what do we do? That's even the current system. It is fearing of losing that position. Yes. So they will not like people to meet. Because when we meet, they share their ideas. And for us, when we meet, we talk about our community, we talk about others' communities, we talk about our country and our neighbors. And you find that our teachings more or less are the same and similar of Jesus Christ. Indeed. Love your brother, love your sister, honor your parents, respect them, your neighbor. It's the same. The same way God wants us to live. It is embedded in our culture. Yes, as a community.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Now, you have lived, you are living, you still live, but at one time we shall exit this world.
Yes.
What do you want people to talk about you, or which legacy do you want to leave behind?
When I'm gone.
And especially as far as culture is concerned.
Now, culturally, right now you hear I'm the patron.
Yes.
A very high position in Kiambu County. Kiambu is the county, apart from Nairobi, it is the most populous county in Central Province, actually in the whole country. Apart from Nairobi, which is the capital city, county, Kiambu is big. Actually, they say it's the dormitory of Nairobi. So my leadership is in a very. We also happen to have had 2 presidents from Kiambu, Jomo Kenyatta and Uhuru Kenyatta. That's why I provide leadership in the same county. They also came from. So for my culture, right now, I'm in a leadership. They love and admire me in that leadership, and that's why they chose me. There was no competition. They came here, and I did not immediately accept it. I asked them to give me 3, 4, 5 days to think about it. And when I thought about it, I accepted. And then the ceremony to make me their leader, which I'm doing and governing very well. We are going in the right direction. Now the circumcision of the young man is being managed very well. When we find that, like last year, CPC, SIP is where the competence thing.
Yeah.
We find that they will move to a junior secondary, but they will remain in the primary school. The person in charge and our group, cultural group, recommended that these boys should not be circumcised because it is supposed to be a graduation. You remember I talked about the sugar cane?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
You don't circumcise a boy and then he still remains in the same position. When a young man gets circumcised, big boy gets circumcised, he has to stop now moving with small boys. But here they are very young, grade 6, then they are still in the same position. As a matter of fact, when we recommended they don't get circumcised, there is another group that oppose that. I say because they are looking for money. No, let us circumcise. This opportunity should not go because they get millions. Because there are so many people, and the way they charge, they get financial uplifting. So for them, it's money. They are not looking at the cultural and the part of it. So these small boys, we say, there is no reason for his colleagues, classmates, who don't get circumcised because their parents belong to different thinking and so forth. They will say, can we see? Can you show us? They will show it because they are the same age group, and that's bad. That should not happen. So, but when they now move to 8, now they can get when they are going to high school, because that way they also see, like the sugar cane, they are moved to a higher pedestal.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
When I look at the environment around here, I cannot finish without asking you about conservation of environment, something that Pope Francis, the late Pope Francis, was very vocal.
Yes.
And I see as if for you it's like natural. You have embraced keeping the environment and planting trees, indigenous trees.
Yes.
What can you advise, especially the generation that is here and the generation to come, as far as conservation of environment is concerned?
Thank you. That's a very good question, sister.
Yeah.
One day I invited the late Professor Wangari Maathai here. She was speaking me. We are going for a rally in Nakuru, and she saw that I have preserved indigenous trees. And for that reason, me, I'm like Professor Wangari Maathai. I like nature, especially trees, not the exotic trees, the natural trees, which God, like these trees, it's God who created because they were here. Nobody planted them. So when I'm preserving them, I'm preserving God's creation. I have a program now. I have told my wife enough of growing maize, because when I got this, I didn't have that cultural thing and preservation. But now I have decided I don't want to develop houses. I will plant in the spaces available, because I felled quite a number of trees 1984-85 so that I can plant maize. Now, but I didn't finish all of them. So I want now this land to be remembered for culture, indigenous trees. Those trees, and I have people from Rally, chairman of Rally, Mr. Madhu, is bringing me the trees, indigenous, that I'm planting. I have that program in mind because they are very medicinal. Like Muturi, Mukindori. You can see this is a fig tree, and I have about 20 fig trees on this one. They say that shows God has blessed this piece of land. So we have all species of trees, indigenous trees. So no exotic trees like blue gums, but indigenous trees. I'm going to preserve them. We are now planting. For the ones I fell, okay?
You replace.
That is the culture now. I want and continuity of our culture. That's my contribution for future, for not only my children, because I tell them the importance. Whatever they want to do, but to me, I want them to inherit that from me. Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time, and thank you for whatever you are trying to do and what you are teaching the people. I'm sure they had something, they saw something in you, and you accepted to be used by God, because now you had a lot of strength to fight for the country. Now you are fighting for not only the faith in the church, but also for your culture, which is very important.
Very
important. Culture is taken positively. We can always see the change that is there. So we are coming to the end of our discussion. Maybe your closing remark from all what you have said, even as you advise those who are there today and those who will come after.
Thank you, sister. I would ask you, see like that, a fig tree.
Yes.
That is the shrine. That's where, like the altar, where Kikuyu used to do sacrifices. They just don't do under every single tree. It has to be. Even here, we slaughter under that tree. Okay? And I also have a place for the culture, for our culture, in this forest. They say Nyanja forest, where young men, they come and they are initiated into our culture and things like that. So what my parting short, as it were, is that to encourage our people, young people, to continue fighting for their rights, because it's their right. And we shall pray for them. We too pray for the country and for our children and for our grandchildren, so that governance issues will change. Corruption is the key, but then you find that it is embedded with other evil things, like devil worshipping is part of killing, not only Christianity, killing culture, all right? But me and my teachings, both in the African, in the Kikuyu manner, the two embrace, and I will encourage the young people. Culture is very good. It's to help them, to mold them, to be good parents and to be good grandparents or great-grandparents. The other day we rested my mother at the age of 101 years.
Congratulations.
Yes, just last month. Last month. And so many of my cultural people, Kikuyus, they came. We had Bishop Kamau, he's leading so many priests, Catholic priests. So you can see we have no conflict.
No conflict, yes.
You can see the Christianity on this side.
Yes.
It's like this dress of mine. I'm wearing to have a complete shirt.
Yes.
I have both.
Yes.
The Christianity, call it white, and this Kikuyu. And so what you are looking for is in me both ways. And we embrace each other, and we move. And I will love my children and my children's children to find a good place to live in and to enjoy. And because that's what God meant it for us. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sister.
May the good Lord bless all your vision for your children.
Thank you, sister.
And for all you have for keeping the culture, and apart from that, conserving the environment.
Conserving the environment, I can tell you, even Professor Wangari Maathai commended me for what I've done. Now I want even to do better as a legacy when she's gone, to plant more indigenous trees for my children. I've already discussed with one of my children, who is a medical doctor, and we told her about the healing part of the environment, the trees. She's really supported me in the cause.
That's nice.
Yes,
I also support
Dr. Jerry, you Dr. Jerry Nyanja. You also support me?
I support
Thank you, sister.
Thank you so much.
Esther.
Thank you so much.
Asante.
We come to the end of our discussion, a very, very healthy discussion as far as the culture, the ancestors are concerned. I hope, dear viewer, that you have learned something from Honorable Mr. Nyanja and his wealth of wisdom, as he served both as a political leader, a church leader or Christian leader, and now a cultural reader. It's bye for now.